Welcome to episode 3 of Nestalgia Time. This one's going to be dealing with a game that's a first person shooter called Tribes. The unique thing about this one was it had various other tribes, and it actually expanded up until about, I think, what, Tribes 2 that was where it ended, and then 3, well, actually, that would probably be Vengeance. They tried to add in like a storyline, single player campaign, and all that to it. And then I guess like another company bought out the rights and created Tribes Ascension. Uh, and that's what the current game is now. It's Tribes Ascent. Uh, but pretty much the first game it had kind of like the low quality blocky look to it, but it was still a lot of fun. The maps were actually pretty fairly laid out. It was pretty even. Each of the bases were identical, so if you were in your base, you could actually figure your way around their base as well because the inventory stations and everything were in the exact same place. It was just like a mirror image of it. Like it was like they made half a map and then just mirrored it, which made it extremely balanced. I don't think that there was any maps that I could say that were leaning towards one side or another. When it went to Tribes 2, that's actually when they added a new race called the Bioderm. And that particular race, it was like a beast race almost. But other than that, it was the exact same kind of gameplay. One of the signature weapons of that game is actually the Spin Fuser, which launches this slow-moving disc, and it causes like massive AOE damage. And like one of the jokes in that game is called the Blue Plate Special, because the disc it fires off is blue, and if you were able to hit somebody in the sky, uh, that would be considered as the Blue Plate Special. And when Tribes Ascend came out, that's when it actually became an official achievement. Uh, Not really an achievement, I should actually say. It's more like a badge that you can actually earn for every kill that you've gotten for it. Uh, Pretty much, it's one of those high pace games that you could get into really quickly. It was like different game modes: capture the flag, team deathmatch, deathmatch. I forget what else the original one had, but I know that the game modes also expanded to like arena when Vengeance came out. Arena pretty much was either deathmatch or team deathmatch, depending on the whole thing. But it didn't really keep score. It was you had a set number of respawns, and when those respawns ran out, then the last person that was killed, that would be the considered the last life. So if you had somebody that continuously died, you'd want them off the team as quickly as possible. Whereas if you had a really good, strong team, you could actually decimate. One of the things I do remember about the game, when at least the like first two games, you could actually create your own custom skins. You can go into the game files, find the armors, and just go with the small, well, actually not really small, it'd be the light armor, the medium armor, and the heavy armor. And you could create your own kind of clan skin or your own kind of personalized skin and play with that. You would be able to see it, but nobody else would be able to. I believe that was for the first game. I believe the second game it was you could download it as you load it into the server, like all the custom skins, and it would show up. It might be that the first game had that too, but I really didn't really notice. Unfortunately, the original games, I even believe Vengeance also, you're not able to play them online anymore. Vengeance with the single player campaign, you're still able to play that though. Uh, and I admit the single player campaign was pretty good for that. I kind of wish that the next game after that also had the single player, but the weapons and the armors and the ability to ski across the ground at high speeds, like ridiculously high speeds. The jetpacks also. were a really nice touch to the franchise as well when it first started out. You were able to ski across the ground, being boosted by the jetpack. You could also fly in the air with the jetpack, so you could actually do some really nice little tricks with it. Uh, like I remember just sliding down one mountain, launching off another side, off the side of the other mountain, just like having like high speed and just keeping up in the air with the jetpack, just like using the thrusts and just grabbing the flag as quickly as I possibly could and flying back to the base as quickly as I possibly could, keeping the momentum going. That was one of those games like momentum would actually save your life. If you could keep your momentum up, you would actually survive. One of my favorite tribes to play as was actually the Starwolf tribe. Uh, there's also other ones like the Blood Eagles, the Diamond Swords, the Children of the Phoenix. Like I said, the Bioderm, and it even had like a backstory in the original game. It came out with its own book, which gave dates and significance to those dates. So if you ever get a chance to, I do actually have some gameplay videos of Tribes Ascend up on my channel, so you can check those out. Uh, See what it's kind of like on the current version of the game. It is a lot of fun. The only problem is if you're playing, you're gonna want to get the Game of the Year edition because if you get that, it will unlock all the weapons, all the upgrades, and things like that. Uh, that will be needed because you'll be so far behind. Unless you want to work your way up through the ranks and unlock all the weapons yourself. That's also advisable because this game is pretty fun and it's a lot of interesting things that can happen. And the voice commands that they have on it are a lot of fun to mess around with as well. You'll also hear people like spamming things like Shazbot and Woohoo. Uh, but the whole game is about strategy, how you go into how you go into like a base or how you disable things. If you want to take out the power source for the base, you have to destroy the generator, which will bring down the turrets and the shields on the turrets, so you can actually kill the turrets easier. Uh, so just go out there, find the game online, and you can actually pay for a subscription, make an account. Well, not really a subscription. You just pay for a copy of the game and make an account and be able to play it. So, see you on the battlefield. Take care.